You have any evidence that Nnamdi Kanu kill anyone? They investigate the people that are about in Nigeria. The bandits, the Boko Haram are there. Yes, cannot go there to arrest them. That are killing people. Plateau said that there's no peace there. They cannot go there and investigate them. If you release Nnamdi Kanu, for God's sake, that is judgment to all this wickedness. That is a judgment. At the end of the day, everybody will give account.
Yeah, certainly everyone will give account. All right, thank you very much for your call this morning, and I will still continue to tell us that two wrongs cannot make a right. By picking up arms or taking laws onto our hands cannot change the situation. Yes, there is a court order confirmed about that, no doubt about that, but we cannot justify what is happening in terms of the losing of lives and property in the southeastern part of the country. And somebody was saying the peace they are bridging is in the east, meaning it's the eastern peace that is at stake. That is an opinion from one of our messages here in the studio. So really, we have to look at it collectively, and it's now time for us to join our guest analyst in person of Husseini, who will be sharing some more perspective to these stories that we have for you this morning. I'm trying to establish contact with him so that we will go ahead with the conversation. And don't forget, you can also be heard on this platform. We stream live on YouTube. You can watch us live on YouTube. In case you missed out on any of our videos or any of our content, you can go there to check us out. And we're live on Instagram, VOP961, on Twitter, VOP961, on Facebook as well. And if you want to check more about us, like you want to do business with us, we are also accessible at number 4 Ogbomosho Street, Area 8, Gariki, Abuja. And you can also check us out on our website, www.abuja.voiceofthepeople.ng, www.abuja.voiceofthepeople.ng. All right, before we link up with our guest analyst in person of Ifeanyi Husseini, let's take a look at this particular story. It's contained on the Vanguard newspaper. The House of Assembly in Lagos held its first plenary weeks after the inauguration, also called on the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, to urgently equip the Neighborhood Safety Corps of the state so that its personnel could effectively perform the task of community policing. According to the Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, said if those actions are taken, it will stem the increasing speed of insecurity in the country. Citing some attacks in some states of the Federation in recent times, Obasa lamented that if the insecurity lingers, it might have adverse effects on the lives of people, adding that many citizens are losing their lives and belongings already. In his words, I read about the killing of some residents in Plateau State, as well as the abduction of the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Ekiti State, Mr. Paul Omotosho. He said, Obasa said, though the Lagos Assembly had consistently clamored for the establishment of state police, it is an appropriate time for the Senate and the House of Representatives to begin an amendment of the Constitution to contain the creation of the alternative policing system. While I commend the 9th National Assembly for doing a lot to amend the Constitution, there is a need for us to call on the 10th Assembly to see it as a matter of urgency to make issues of state policing a major factor of development. In his contribution, Bolahan Yushawu commended the Speaker for bringing up the issue of state policing again. We remember very well that it was you that sponsored the bill on Neighborhood Safety Corps, and we see what it has done for our state and how other states are copying it, he said. While noting that President Bola Tinubu started well with moves to rejig the economy, Yushawu said security remains at the heart of a country's progress, urging for more focus in the area of security. All right, we have our guest analyst joined us this morning. Hello, good morning, sir.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Bless you, my friend.
Bless you too. I hope you're good this morning.
Well,
all right.
Bless you.
All right, let's start with this headline on the Vanguard newspaper. Insecurity. Lagos Assembly calls on National Assembly to establish state police. This is one issue that we've talked about, in especially during the 9th Assembly. We talked about state policing a lot, but it didn't see the light of the day, considering the fact that a lot of people have their contrary opinion as to the workability of state police. What would you say now that Lagos State Assembly is bringing up the matter again for the 10th Assembly to consider issue of state policing? Hello? Oh my goodness. We're having a challenge with the network again this morning. Let's see if we can reconnect with our guest analyst. I was trying to take his opinion on the state police issue. If we start from there, I think we will go a long way. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, we can hear you now. There was a bridge in connection, so that's why I ended the call to reconnect.
Yes. I don't know. Let's talk about it. There's a need for this. When you look at the level of one is gobsmacked. Please, can you turn off the?
Go ahead.
So one is gobsmacked at the level of insecurity going on in every part of the country.
All right.
And the president needs to do something. Can't just be saying, "No, we commiserate about the lives lost." No. He has to. What is he going to do now? He has instructed. We must see action. General Lagbaja and his friends in the service and even the National Security Advisor must give the due advice. And we must bring an end to all of this shenanigans. Please, it can't continue. Look at the way a baby was killed. What kind of country become? So much killing. Another thing too, please, they must call the governor of Plateau State to come and explain what is going on, because they are also looking at the political angle to this, because all of this started once he won.
Yeah.
And it's from that local government area.
Yes.
So the governor must have access to the president. In fact, I think the president should easily call up the governor of Plateau State, let him come and bring the president so that they know what to do about it. Because Mango is under attack. All the parts around Mango, most parts of it have been attacked. Riyom, all the other Basta, Boko, all the other parts.
Yeah.
So please, and this is affecting the economic livelihood. Do you know that Mango produces a lot of tomato? In fact, they are the second largest producer of Irish potato, beg your pardon.
Behind
Jos. And that's about after Bocos. Bocos is the highest producer of tomato. Mango, second highest producer of Irish potato.
Yeah.
And that's also going to increase price of food. So and that's why you see that in the last couple of years, food inflation has been on the increase, because most of the production centers of food in the country, battles are going on there, fightings are going on there, killings are going on there. And this is preventing farmers. And that's why you see that we keep having all of these problems we're having. So the president must nip this in the bud. His first real challenge is, he's commiserated with the families and said something will be done. We need to see action. We need to see.
All right, now let's take a look at this call by the Lagos State Assembly for National Assembly to consider issue of state policing. What's your take on that? Do you think the state police of a thing would help in fighting insecurity in Nigeria?
Yes, we need state policing. But why didn't Lagos State? I think it's hypocritical. Lagos State is calling for that. When other Southwest states started Amotekun, which is a form of state police, why did they not incorporate Amotekun into Lagos?
They were making reference to neighborhood security.
No, neighborhood watch. Not Amotekun. No, that's not Amotekun.
Yeah, I know it's not Amotekun, but they are saying that is their own in Lagos.
No. Neighborhood watch is not Amotekun. Neighborhood watch is neighborhood watch. It's not Amotekun. They are two different things.
Yeah, I understand. I want you to understand based on what the headline is saying. Are you with me?
Maoga, I stay in Lagos.
Yes,
I know what neighborhood watch.
I know you.
Neighborhood
I
watch.
know you know that. I want you to understand what the headline is saying first.
Listen to me. It's not what the headline is saying. It's what is reality on ground. I'm telling you.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Neighborhood watch is not a, even if the mask and Lagos they say that's their own. No, that's not Amotekun. Amotekun is different.
Yes, I know.
Amotekun has achieved a lot as regards insecurity. Amotekun is the state police so that all the southwest states decided to adopt, and it was occasioned by the killing of Fashion daughter, and that's why they swapped into action. Despite the fact that Malamidi, most of the state passes, only Lagos decided to change theirs. So neighborhood watch is different. I see neighborhood watch people around. They just ride bicycle. They say they are gathering intelligence and all of that. They work. Amotekun is different. Amotekun is different. That's what I'm saying. It's not. I'm telling you reality on ground. Do you know how many killings Amotekun has foiled in? Do you know how many killings Amotekun has foiled in Osun? Working in consonance with the police. You see the neighborhood watch working in consonance with the police when they have major raids. No. So don't tell me what I don't forget what the headlines say. I'm telling you what's reality on ground.
So you're now saying Lagos don't have state police?
As far as I'm concerned, they don't have state police. What they should do is they should incorporate Amotekun. It's pure and simple.
All right, thank you for that opinion. But how about those who are having this perception that if you create state police, the state governors will have a sort of control level over them, and they may use them against their political opponents?
That's not true. We've seen how Amotekun has worked effectively. So you must have a review board for his conduct and actions. And when you look at the format at which Amotekun has worked, how have they worked? The state normally will get someone like a commandant, probably somebody that served in the military or paramilitary before now. And those are the people they use to execute the activities. Yes, you have cases of high-handedness on the part of Amotekun, but it's not an absolute thing. And none of them have been, deployed to be able to do anything untoward. In the last election, you didn't hear of cases of Amotekun slashing ballot boxes. So that's not an act. Make them as an elite, different special unit, and you put them within the ambit of the law. And even if something like that occurs, it's the politicians you should blame, because the politicians use anybody. So when you make that argument falls flat on the face. Don't the politicians use normal police officers to do perpetrators activities during elections?
But one could say they are not in total control. They don't have absolute control over the police because they are federal police.
I beg, leave that lie alone. That's another lie. You see, I'm here to tell you reality. Yes. Again, that's another lie. When they want to use those police officers to perpetrate all sorts of activities in the state to arrest their political opponents, who is in control of the police then? That's another lie they tell. What they write in newspaper headlines is different from reality on ground. Have you not seen cases where a governor will say you go and pick up somebody? So who gave the order? Who gave the order? Was there not an order recently to go and pick up a journalist somewhere in Enugu? Who gave the order? It's when the governors want to look helpless, they come and say, I'm just chief security officer in words. But in fact, they are chief security officer did. When they want to use it against their opponents. But when they don't want to take responsibility, that's why they say, I'm just security officer. No!
All right, point well said there. Okay, sorry, are you still saying something?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right. Another headline on the Punch newspaper says, police kill sit-at-home enforcers. IPOB declares 14-day lockdown. Operatives of Ebonyi State Police Command has killed 2 hoodlums who were allegedly enforcing sit-at-home in the state. And sit-at-home in the southeast is a brainchild of the separatist indigenous people of Biafra to protest the continued detention of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu. But what I want to now ask you for your opinion is that the Simon Ekpa, who is now a factional leader, has declared 14-day sit-at-home after the expiration of this first 1 week sit-at-home in the entire southeast. Do you think the government have something to do in terms of getting Simon Ekpa to be held accountable for his action, because he is having a huge influence in what is happening in Nigeria, especially south east.
He should be held accountable for his action. You can't come and cause disruption in the states. No, it's not done. And I'm happy that also the Igbo leaders are kicking against him. The other day, Senator Ifeanyi came out to say that you, Simon Ekpa, why don't you come here? Why is that you just sit in your hideout in Finland and cause here? You, Simon Ekpa, you don't have businesses in the Southeast. The real people that own businesses in the Southeast that are employing people, you're disrupting their livelihood. And I think the government should do everything necessary. For these 14 days they declare, I think the state should reign strong. Nobody should have fully about this. And I trust the security authorities to do the needful, to rid out the people that want to cause chaos in the Southeast. It's not done. You don't do that.
But we saw Enugu State Governor trying to defy the sit-at-home order, but he actually got some rejection from some part of the state. The order did not work well.
They should keep trying to defy the sit-at-home order. They should try to defy it. When they meet the perpetrators of this, those that are trying to enforce this, when they meet them up and they deal with them, all of this will stop at some point. You can't continue to cower. It's not done. It's not done. Even Nnamdi Kanu has come out to say that I don't like all of this. He has said it. So if somebody is hijacking IPOP with a faction and saying all sorts, no, we should be able to deal with all of this. We can't hold a nation like this around. We have challenges, yes. We talk about our challenges every day. But to the extent of violence, holding a nation to ransom, it's not done anyway. It's not done. I think the state should reign supreme. Kudos to the police force of what they have done to some of these enforcers. Kudos to the police force. And they should meet them up. It's not done.
All right.
It's not done.
All right. Thank you for your opinion on that. Let's take a look at this one. PDP governors demand credible polls in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi build up to the off-season election coming up November this year in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo. The PDP Governors Forum met and they are making a passionate call to the government and also INEC, also security operatives, that they want a security-free election in terms of neutrality of the electoral umpire. So where I want to ask you for your opinion is that, do you feel this is an avenue for INEC to redeem itself as an independent body?
It behoves on INEC to redeem itself, and if it's smart, it should be fair. But also, we also know what is going on politically. Okay. Is that some people are trying as much as possible to use the state in their favor. So let me go back to the argument. When governors say, "Oh, I'm just chief security officer in words," you are seeing what's happening in Kogi. Yeah. There's been a lot of violence against the opposition, and the police have not been able to bring them to book. You are seeing all sorts of violent attacks against the opposition in Kogi. SDP secretariat was burnt the other day. You saw how a governor during the last election destroyed the road to a particular village because he didn't want the candidate to win.
Yeah.
So the governors can do and undo, but we must allow integrity to hold sway. We must not allow people do very nefarious and untoward things and get away with it. And that's why I'm happy the PDP is calling for this on time. We must not use the instrument of state to be able to clamp down on and hurt them. We must not do that.
Yeah.
I beg. Please. I beg.
All right, the final headline that we will be taking with you this morning: Senate probes oil subsidy under recovery regime. This is something that I know we've talked about it countless times with you, and a lot of Nigerians have been calling for probe into the subsidy regime and also the under remittance to the federation account by the NNPC. And now the Senate are coming to say, yes, it is time for us to look at all of this. That is after the committees might have been set up, we will look into this. but my hunch here is that we have seen a lot of committees set up in Nigeria. One that we always talk about is the Nuribadu, and we have not seen action taken after the probe. So what should we be expecting from this kind of investigation that will hopefully will be carried?
So it's not today we've been seeing all sorts of investigations. No. What we want the end to all of this. I think one of the most effective investigation or committees set up by the government to investigate all of this subsidy was the last one set up run by Heike Mokwede. And we saw the nefarious activities of the people that were importing them and they were going to claim subsidies. I want the NNPC to be investigated, correctly investigated, and be made to account. There's been a lot going on with it. I remember when the former CBN governor did say that there was a 20 billion somewhere and they fought and said there was no $20 billion anywhere taken and all of that. I think it should be a holistic audit. Maybe since the inception of NNPC, very forensically done. One, to ascertain what really happened, crude swap deals. Two, to also ascertain what happened with the subsidy review. I think it is when we do that we start to have a leeway on regards what happened. And that's why what we should have done. I've said this. I'm happy the Senate is picking this up.
Yeah.
I've said this many times. Now, before the subsidy, these are the things you ought to account. Let's even Nigeria know what truly happened during the subsidy palaver. All right.
Yeah.
So let's truly know. And I also told you that the best way to defend our currency is to increase productivity. On the parallel market, the dollar is 800 now, and it's 778 on the IPO. So, and this is a managed float. You know what? When they say managed float, you know what it means? It means that the CBN is still pumping money into the market. If the CBN was not pumping money, the dollar will have gone more than 800.
Wow.
So those are the things we should look at, and we should exert productivity and try as much as possible to cushion the effects on our economy. If you go and read economic history in Nigeria, I'm not surprised this is happening. In '86, when we decided to do a managed float too, that was how we said, it was going to close at 3 naira. The thing kept on going to about 11, and we never returned. It was in '86 we originally now decided, okay, let's allow the market float, and we set up various like I think we had 2 or 3 markets like SCFM and the likes and other markets. So, and we saw the effect on the markets. So let's just watch and see.
All right.
And we hope for the best.
All right. Yeah, we hope for the best. Thank you very much for your wonderful insight on all of these headlines that we have discussed this morning. Except if you have any other thing you want to say before we let you go.
You know what I always say: elderly care bill. They should pass something for our elderly so that we can truly help them. That's one. Number 2, just be good. Let's keep peace. Let's speak peace. Let's believe in Nigeria. Honestly, it'll be well with us. Bless you.
Amen. Bless you too. Thank you very much for your time. Yeah. All right, Abuja, you're listening to Voice of the People 96.1 FM. Front page review this beautiful Wednesday morning. It is quite an insightful moment with Mr. Rufai Hussaini, who have shared a lot of insight, his personal opinion on some of these headlines. And we also urge you, our listener, to call into the studio and share your own personal opinion on these headlines that we have discussed so far. The number to call, rather, 0700 010 961 961, 0700 010 961 961. That is the number to call, and you will be here with us in the studio live and direct. All right, I think I have a message here. Prince from Kaduna. Okay, he sent a message on WhatsApp. So now they are selling military clothes in the market. So how can crime stop in Nigeria? I'm Prince from Kaduna. All right, Prince, thank you for your message on WhatsApp. I have seen it and I have given it a voice, just like I promised earlier on. And this is how much we can take on today's front page review on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. In case you just tuned in and you missed some of the content, you can go to our YouTube page, Voice of the People Abuja, that is VOP 961 on Twitter and Instagram, and also Facebook. Those are that is our handle rather. You can get us there. At 8 o'clock will be Igbo Amaka, same front pages review, but this time around in Igbo language. So if you are wondering how it's going to sound, stay with us and don't change your dial, because you will hear it like you've never heard in any other platform. This is VOP 96.1 FM. Do have a lovely day ahead. My name is Aliyu Doma. And Abuja, good morning.